The next presentation is from Belgium by Stefanie Kerkhof, and Stefanie will be talking to us about the identity and access management platform of the Flemish government. Stefanie, the floor is yours.
Good afternoon. So I'm Stefanie. I work for the Flemish government. And let me start by saying that this morning with the presentation of Tony Bosma, I was feeling a little bit old school, but anyway, here goes. So since the uptaking of e-government, information is highly accessible, we all know, and I think we all acknowledge it's not a very good idea that it's also just freely accessible for everybody and everyone. And therefore, the Flemish government has developed a platform for identity and access management that can be used by as many government applications as possible. The Flemish government is situated in the north of Belgium, so the little yellow dot, and we are the upper half of the country. I have used the slides provided by the conference team, but I have given a little twist of my own to them, so I'm going to tell you the things that I think are important to know about our solution. Oh, it is a ping.
Yeah.
So for the next speakers, it is really, really, you have to be gentle with it. So we provide one central online platform with two combined services. On the one hand, we have a service for access control management, and on the other hand, we have a service for identity management. Both services combined give a unique solution to our integrating partners that is reliable in every sense. We are safe, we are compliant with privacy legislation, we are highly available. Of course, we want to be accurate, we want to provide a good quality, but on the same hand, we value highly the fact that we are user-oriented and user-driven. So both of our services should have a very low threshold for end users in order to use them. We also provide a central service desk for all our users, and for our integrating partners, we try to support them as good as possible, as well during the integration process, but also afterwards. So the maintenance and the daily use is also part of our solution. Okay, forgot to click, I'm sorry. This is what our access control management platform looks like. So we provide a set of keys for strong authentication, and different keys can be used by different applications, but it's always the same key that people can use. In that way, we are recognizable, so people see the same front door every time they come to the Flemish government or to a government application. In that way, they can trust on, oh, okay, I'm logging on to a government application and it's a safe environment. I can proceed. And do whatever I need to do. Our front door, as we call it, is also, again, reliable, secure, but important as well. We have a single sign-on between all the applications that use our front door. Some facts and figures. Last year we had over 200 applications who used our front door. That means 500,000 authentications on average per month, 50,000 unique users, and over 50 million transactions per month. And for those who are interested in our technical information, we authenticate through the SAML 2.0 protocol and are experimenting at the moment with the OpenID Connect protocol. So if all goes well, by the end of this year, the OpenID Connect protocol will be our standard offer. Moving on to the other service, this is our identity management platform. This is an online platform which can be used in real time to grant access rules to users from anywhere in Flanders and in fact anywhere in the world. A very important principle of our solution is the delegated user and role administration, which means that it is not the government that stipulates who can use the solution, but it is actually the enterprise, the local government, the school in itself, who designates the people who can use a solution. We are reusing authentic sources, of course. My colleague will enlighten you in the wonderful world of Magda later on, and that's a service we are closely related to. And we also support the only once principle, so everything the government knows we use, but we do not ask again. Again, some facts and figures. Over 700 roles are being managed in our online platform, and we have here 150 applications. Technically, this is an in-house built platform, fully customized by the Flemish government, based on open source web IDM software, but because we have fully customized it ourselves, we are able to provide with custom and very scalable IDM solutions for our integrating partners, which is a very good strength of our solution. Quickly, something about our budget. Normally, our integrating partners do not have any financial burden using our platform. There's one little exception if an integrating partner wants something to be developed specifically for his or her solution that we cannot reuse for others, then of course there can be asked to have a financial contribution. But more important, who uses our solution or our platform? In fact, every citizen worldwide can use our front door or our identity management platform. It means they have to have one of our keys to be able to authenticate. You can use it for yourself as a natural person, but you can also use it to gain access to applications for a legal entity, enterprises, government administrations. Ooh, 1 minute, oopsie. Okay, going on. Oh, no, not going on. Very important. Who can integrate with our solution? That is, I mentioned the Flemish government and Flemish municipalities, but in fact, everybody who is making an application that is used by a government and made for citizens can integrate with our solution. So we are really not very strict about that. Our service or our governance structure then, since we are very user-oriented and user-driven, those are the most important stakeholders that give or make sure that we make the right decisions for our roadmap, but we also follow the common strategy of the Flemish government, which we call radical digital. Stakeholders and end users, very important, and we also relate a lot on market research and usability research, I'm sorry. So that's how we make our roadmap. And then foreclosure, which is on our roadmap for this year and in the short term, we want to make sure that all our users know how to use, so we call that education of the people. But an important one is all the legislative challenges by AIDAS, by GDPR. We are trying to adopt them in a user-friendly way, so that will be our main challenge end-user-wise. For our integrating partners, we want to make our onboarding process as lean and quick as possible, much leaner and much quicker than it is today. And then some functionalities we want to provide this year is a mobile and API-driven application support to even more maximize the self-management so that people can do everything in a digital way, everything by themselves, and in fact do not need to contact government to get up and running. A smart single sign-on based on information that we have, so if government knows that you are an entrepreneur of a small SME, that should be enough to grant you access to some applications and not have to provide any more information. And then we would like to extend our identity management platform with a solution for broader mandates. But most of all, and most important, I guess, is that we try to balance by everything that we do, or in everything that we do, the law, IT, and user-friendliness. And I think that's our main challenge day to day to accomplish. So thank you for your attention. If anybody has any questions, you can ask them later on. But I would like to invite my colleagues who are also working on identity management, access management, to come and find me later on, because I would really like to know what you guys are doing in your countries and exchange some facts and nice to knows. Thank you.
Thank you, Stefanie. And on your positive note for collaboration,